Have you ever stopped to think about how money, actual money, gets bought and sold? Well, it happens every single second in this giant global marketplace called the foreign exchange market, or Forex. Today, we're going to crack the code. By the end of this, you'll be speaking the language of the market. Let's jump right in.
Well, that's exactly what the Forex market is all about. It's a massive, worldwide marketplace where you trade one country's currency for another's. And just like any market, whether it's a local bazaar or the stock exchange, it's got its own unique set of rules for how things are priced and how business gets done.
All right, so here's the roadmap for today. We're going to start with the absolute foundation, the price tag. Then we'll dig into the cost of making a trade. After that, we'll figure out how you size up your position, and then we're going to tackle the most powerful and, let's be honest, the riskiest tool out there, leverage. And finally, we'll put all those pieces together to see how a trade actually works in the real world. Okay, first things first, let's talk about price. Now, in the Forex market, something like the euro versus the US dollar doesn't just have one price. Nope, it always has two. So what's the deal with two prices? It's actually pretty simple. The bid price is the price your broker is willing to buy the currency from you. The ask price is the price they're willing to sell it to you. So when you want to buy, you'll always be looking at that slightly higher ask price. When you want to sell, you'll be looking at the slightly lower bid price. If you've ever traveled internationally, you've already seen this exact thing in action. Just think about that currency exchange booth at the airport. They'll buy your dollars from you at one rate, but if you wanted to buy dollars from them, they'd sell them to you at a slightly higher rate. That little difference in price, well, that's how they make their money. And that little gap between the buying price and the selling price, it actually has a name. And it's super important because it's the fundamental cost that's built right into every single trade you'll ever make.
It's called the spread. Now, this isn't some extra fee they tack on at the end of your transaction. It's baked right into the prices you see from the very beginning. It's the main way brokers get paid for their service. And for you as a trader, this is absolutely crucial. A smaller or tighter spread means a lower cost for you. That's why you'll always hear traders searching for brokers with the tightest spreads.
And the math behind it? Oh, it could not be easier. You just take that higher ask price, subtract the lower bid price, and boom, that's your spread.
For most of the big currency pairs, the spread is a really, really tiny number. We're talking fractions of a cent. It's often measured in something called pips. A pip is just a tiny unit of price movement. So even though the spread is your cost, it's usually very, very small on any one trade.
Okay, so we've got the price down, and we understand the cost of a trade. But the next big question is, how much currency are you actually trading? See, in Forex, you don't just go and buy a single euro or $1. You trade in standardized amounts of currency, and these are called lots. The big one is the standard lot. That's 100,000 units of currency. Think of it like a huge wholesale bulk order. Then you've got a mini lot, which is a more manageable 10,000 units. And then there's the micro lot, at just 1,000 units, which is a fantastic starting point for anyone just getting their feet wet. Choosing your lot size is one of the main ways you control how much risk you're taking on.
And now, we've arrived at what is arguably the most important and definitely the most misunderstood concept in all of Forex trading. This is a tool that gives you incredible power, but you have to treat it with respect. We're talking about leverage.
The easiest way to think about leverage is like a special kind of loan from your broker. It lets you open a position in the market that's much, much bigger than the actual amount of money you have sitting in your account. It basically multiplies your trading power.
So let's put some real numbers to this. Imagine you deposit $1,000 into your account. If your broker offers you 100-to-1 leverage, that $1,000 can now control a position worth $100,000 in the market. That's a full standard lot, so you can see how this lets even a small account make a pretty significant splash, for better and for worse.
But, and you've probably heard this saying before, this is where we have to talk about the fact that leverage is a classic double-edged sword. While it can be an amazing tool on your side, it can also be incredibly dangerous if you don't understand it. And here's why. It's actually so simple. If the market moves in the direction you predicted, your profits get magnified by that leverage. A small price move can turn into a really nice game. But, and this is the part you can never forget, if the market moves against you, your losses are magnified by the exact same factor. A tiny swing in the wrong direction can wipe out your account in the blink of an eye.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground. We've learned the key pieces of the puzzle. So now let's put it all together and walk through what a simple everyday trade actually looks like from start to finish.
So picture this. You're looking at your screen and you see the two-way price, the bid and the ask. You have a feeling the currency is going to go up, so you decide to buy one microlot. To do that, you'll pay the higher ask price. Now you use your broker's leverage to control that 1,000 unit position. And here's the key. The very instant you enter that trade, you've already paid the spread. That means your trade starts off with a tiny immediate loss. The price has to move in your favor just to get back to zero before you can start making a profit.
And there you have it. Bid, ask, spread, lots, and leverage. See? They're not just abstract terms anymore. They are the literal building blocks of every single trade in the Forex market. You now have the basic vocabulary. The next step is learning how to use this new language to read the charts, build a strategy, and make smart decisions. This, right here, is where your real trading journey begins.